In February 2021, a massive Arctic air mass surged deep into the southern United States, pushing freezing temperatures into regions unaccustomed to prolonged extreme cold. In Texas, a state known for heat, wide skies, and mild winters, residents began hearing warnings of an approaching winter storm unlike anything seen in decades. At first, many assumed it would be a brief cold snap. But forecasts grew increasingly serious. Meteorologists predicted historic low temperatures, heavy snow, and widespread ice. As the cold front moved south, temperatures plunged rapidly, setting the stage for a crisis that would affect millions.
By mid-February, freezing air covered nearly the entire state. Cities from Dallas to Houston, Austin to San Antonio, experienced temperatures well below normal, in some places dropping to levels not seen in generations. Snow blanketed roads, and freezing rain coated power lines and trees with thick layers of ice. The demand for electricity surged as people turned on heaters to stay warm. At the same time, energy infrastructure began to fail. Power plants struggled in the extreme cold. Natural gas supplies were disrupted. Wind turbines iced over. The state's electrical grid, largely isolated from neighboring systems, faced unprecedented strain. Then, the lights began to go out.
Rolling blackouts were initially introduced to stabilize the grid. But as conditions worsened, outages spread across Texas, leaving millions without electricity, some for hours, others for days. Homes grew colder by the hour as temperatures inside dropped toward freezing. Families bundled in layers of clothing, gathering in single rooms to conserve heat. Some burned firewood or improvised heat sources. Others sought refuge in cars, running engines periodically to stay warm. Emergency warming centers opened, but dangerous road conditions made travel difficult. The silence of darkened neighborhoods, broken only by the crack of ice and distant sirens, created an atmosphere of unease and uncertainty.
As the cold persisted, another crisis emerged. Pipes froze and burst across homes and buildings, flooding interiors and damaging property. Municipal water systems faced pressure drops and equipment failures. Many communities issued boil water notices due to concerns about contamination. Residents stood in long lines for bottled water, often in freezing temperatures. Grocery store shelves emptied quickly as supply chains struggled to keep pace with demand. Access to basic necessities became a daily challenge. For many Texans, the storm was no longer just about cold, it had become a fight to maintain essential services.
Across the state, stories of hardship and resilience unfolded. Families cared for elderly relatives in unheated homes. Healthcare workers braved icy roads to reach hospitals already strained by winter injuries and ongoing public health challenges. Some residents melted snow for water. Others shared generators with neighbors or opened homes to those without shelter. Volunteers distributed blankets, food, and supplies wherever possible. Yet the storm also brought tragedy. Prolonged exposure to cold, accidents on icy roads, and the use of unsafe heating methods led to loss of life. Each story reflected the vulnerability of communities facing extreme conditions with limited preparation.
The winter storm exposed vulnerabilities in infrastructure designed primarily for warmer climates. Power generation facilities struggled without adequate winterization. Frozen equipment reduced electricity supply just as demand peaked. Transportation systems were disrupted. Highways became hazardous. Airports canceled flights. Businesses closed, and economic activity slowed dramatically. Officials worked to restore power and stabilize systems, but the scale of the crisis meant recovery would take time.
Despite immense challenges, communities came together. Neighbors checked on one another, sharing food and warmth. Churches, schools, and community centers opened their doors as shelters. Volunteers delivered supplies to those unable to travel. Social media became a tool for coordination, people offering help, requesting assistance, and sharing information about resources. The collective effort reflected a spirit of solidarity during a time of hardship.
As temperatures slowly rose, electricity was restored to most areas. But the aftermath revealed extensive damage. Burst pipes left homes flooded. Businesses assessed losses. Insurance claims mounted as residents began cleanup efforts. Water systems required repairs, and boil water notices remained in effect in many communities. The cost of recovery extended beyond physical damage, affecting livelihoods and daily life. For many, the experience left lasting memories of uncertainty and resilience.
The Texas winter storm prompted widespread discussion about infrastructure resilience, emergency preparedness, and the need to adapt systems to extreme weather events. Officials and experts analyzed what had happened, examining how to strengthen the grid and prevent similar crises in the future. The event highlighted how rare weather conditions can test even large and modern systems, emphasizing the importance of planning for unexpected extremes.
Today, the February freeze remains one of the most significant weather events in Texas history. It serves as a reminder of the power of nature, and of how communities respond when faced with extraordinary challenges. The story of the storm is one of hardship, but also of compassion, neighbors helping neighbors, strangers offering kindness, and resilience emerging in the face of adversity. Long after the ice melted, the lessons and memories of that winter continue to shape how Texans prepare for whatever may come next.